Hi children, hope you all are doing good. In our previous sessions of chemistry class 10, we have discussed about combination reaction and decomposition reaction. So today we will be discussing about displacement reaction. So what is a displacement reaction? It's a reaction in which more reactive element displaces a lesser reactive element from its compound. So let us see an example for this. See the equation here. Iron plus copper sulfate, you are getting iron sulfate plus copper. Now in this reaction, iron has displaced copper and iron sulfate is formed along with metallic copper. So since a displacement is happening, you can call this as a displacement reaction. Now let us see more about this by an activity. This is the figure. Now for this activity, you need two test tubes marked as A and B. Then a copper sulfate solution, then 3 iron nails and sandpaper. So clean the 3 iron nails with sandpaper. Take the test tubes A and B, fill it with copper sulfate solution. From the 3 iron nails, take 2 iron nails and immerse it in test tube B. Keep the test tube along with the iron nail for 20 minutes. So the other iron nail and test tube A, you can keep it aside separately for comparison. So after 20 minutes, let us see what happens. See here children. In this picture I have shown beaker. So this color of copper sulfate you can observe here. This is blue color. And after 20 minutes, what is happening to the copper sulfate solution, which is with iron nail? The color is changing from blue to light green. Why is this happening? Iron has displaced copper from copper sulfate solution and iron sulfate is formed here. Copper sulfate is blue in color and iron sulfate is green in color. So what has happened to the iron nail? See the iron nail here. This is very shiny in appearance. So after 20 minutes, what has happened to the iron nail here? You can see brown deposits on the iron nail. That is the copper which is displaced by iron coming and getting deposited on the iron nail. So let us see more about this. See the observation children, this is very important. Blue color of copper sulfate solution is changed to light green color of iron sulfate. Now silver color of iron nail is changed to reddish brown color due to coating of copper metal on the nail. So the reaction you can see here, that is metallic iron plus copper sulfate solution, you are getting iron sulfate and metallic copper. So iron has displaced copper in this case, iron sulfate is formed along with metallic copper. So you can call this as a displacement reaction. Why could iron displace copper children? Because iron is more reactive element than copper. This is a very simple one to understand. Suppose you have a chocolate with you. Somebody healthier and stronger than you is coming and grabbing it. This is just like that. More reactive element iron is displacing copper and taking the anion, and it is forming iron sulfate. So how do we know that which metal is more reactive than the other? Here we can use reactivity series. So this is reactivity series. So what is a reactivity series means? It is a list of metals arranged in the order of their decreasing activity. You can see on the right hand side, here is the reactivity series. That is, metals are arranged in the decreasing order of their reactivity. Starting from potassium, sodium, calcium, it goes like that, and at the bottom you can see gold. Potassium is more reactive, and at the bottom you can see gold, which is least reactive. And you may be wondering, hydrogen is not a metal, then why it is here? We have placed hydrogen here for comparison. So let us see how can we use this reactivity series in our displacement reaction. See this example. Zinc and copper sulfate solution. Metallic zinc and copper sulfate solution. Now we want to know whether this displacement reaction will happen or not. So for that we can see reactivity series. So what is the position of zinc here, children? It is here. And what is the position of copper? It is here. So in this reactivity series, zinc is above copper, and it shows that zinc is more reactive than copper. So zinc can displace copper. So this reaction can happen. Let us see. This is the reaction. Metallic zinc, when it reacts with copper sulfate solution, you are getting zinc sulfate and copper. Note the color. Copper sulfate is blue in color and zinc sulfate is colorless. Zinc is above copper in the reactivity series. Zinc is more reactive element than copper. So zinc displaces copper from its compound. Let us see one more example. Lead and copper chloride. Let us see whether this reaction will happen. Where is the position of lead? It is here. And where is the position of copper? It is here. Lead is above copper in the reactivity series. So of course this reaction will happen because lead is more reactive than copper. So lead can displace copper. So what is the reaction? Lead plus copper chloride. You are getting lead chloride and metallic copper. Lead is above copper in the reactivity series. Lead is more reactive element than copper. Lead displaces copper from its compound. So this is about displacement reaction. Now let us move to double displacement reaction. What is a double displacement reaction? It's a reaction in which there is an exchange of ions between the reactants. See the example here. Sodium sulfate, when it reacts with barium chloride, you are getting barium sulfate and sodium chloride. Now let us see the cations and anions in this case. In sodium sulfate, what is the cation? Sodium. And sulfate is the anion. In this case, barium is the cation, chloride is the anion. So you can see there is an exchange of ions that has taken place between the reactants, and you are getting barium sulfate and sodium chloride. Let us see this with an activity. This is the activity for that. For this activity you need 2 test tubes. Then you need a sodium sulfate solution and barium chloride solution. Take 3 ml of sodium sulfate solution in a test tube and 3 ml of barium chloride in the another test tube. Mix it. So before mixing, you can note down the color. Before mixing, you can see that sodium sulfate is colorless and barium chloride is also colorless. So after mixing, you can see a white precipitate has formed here. So what is this white precipitate? This white precipitate is barium sulfate. That is formed by the reaction between SO4 2- and Ba2+. And what is happening to the sodium chloride? That is remaining in the solution. So let us see the reaction. Sodium sulfate plus barium chloride, you are getting barium sulfate and sodium chloride. So in this is aqueous solution, this is also aqueous solution, and barium sulfate I have marked here solid. So what does that shows? Barium sulfate is insoluble in water. So the insoluble products will come out as precipitate. But the soluble one, you know that sodium chloride, that's a common salt. It is soluble in water. That will remain in the solution. So this white substance or white substance which is insoluble in water is formed, and that is known as precipitate. So in this reaction, since a precipitate is formed, you can call it as a precipitation reaction also. So this reaction is an example for double displacement reaction and also precipitation reaction. So let us see more examples. See the example here. Lead nitrate, when it reacts with potassium iodide, lead iodide is formed along with potassium nitrate. There is a mutual exchange of ions that has taken place between the reactants, and you are getting the product. So in this case, lead nitrate is aqueous Potassium iodide is aqueous. Lead iodide I have marked here solid because it is insoluble in water, so it will come out as a precipitate. And potassium nitrate, of course, it is soluble in water. The color of lead iodide is yellow. So the first one is an example for double displacement reaction and also precipitation reaction. See the example for the second one. HCl and NaOH, when it reacts, you are getting NaCl and H2. Here also mutual exchange of ions has taken place. The products formed are NaCl and H2. NaCl is soluble in water and H2O, we all know that is a universal solvent. So in this case, there is no solid products. That means no precipitate is formed. So this is an example for double displacement reaction, but not an example for precipitation reaction. The last example, let us see. Silver nitrate, when it reacts with sodium chloride, you are getting silver chloride and sodium nitrate. In this case also, mutual exchange of ions have taken place. The product formed is AgCl, which is I have marked here as solid because this is insoluble in water and it will come out as a precipitate which is white in color. Of course, Na, that is sodium nitrate, that is soluble in water, that will remain in the solution. So these are the examples for double displacement reaction. Now here are some home assignments for you. So when the school reopens, you have to do this and bring it. Why does the color of copper sulfate solution change when an iron nail is dipped in it? The second one, distinguish between displacement and double displacement reaction. The third one, a solution of potassium chloride when mixed with silver nitrate solution, an insoluble white precipitate is formed. Write the reaction involved and also mention the type of chemical reaction. So that is about displacement and double displacement reaction, children. Thank you.